Right, so let's open with the thumbnail photo of the ferruginous duck. This is the original photo, the CR3 photo. I've just taken a straight JPEG from it. This is cropped in from the unfixed file. This is what you would get straight out of the camera without any editing software. And then finally the fixed photo having been run through DxO. Now your first thought might be, well, it looks a bit kind of painted. It doesn't look like a photograph. Yeah, there's only so much that editing can do. We're not at the stage where it can literally make something which has been taken in really harsh conditions look like it was taken on a nice day at our ISO 100 in perfect conditions. So if you consider the image we started with and then we got this instead of this, yeah, I think I'll take the final product rendered by DxO any day of the week. Now I've considered it might be quite daunting for a lot of people when you first open DxO. So here's the opening screen. The first thing you're going to do is go over to this panel on the left, which is where all your files are on the computer. In my case, I use a micro SD card plugged into the PC because the PC's internal memory isn't that large at all. I'm going to go to the Malta folder that contains the ferruginous duck raw file. Just tap on it and then go up to customize. And that just basically opens up all the images into a timeline along the bottom, which you can select from. Now, the first thing we're going to do is let's zoom in 100% so we can see what's going on as we make the adjustments in real time. First thing we're going to do is go up to the detail panel and select the DeepPRIME XD3, which does most of the heavy lifting. Next up, we're going to go to Lens Sharpness Optimization. Just click that on and leave it at the default option. Now this is specific to the lens on your camera. DxO basically has the profile of thousands of lenses, pretty much every one in existence now. And finally, I'll go down to Unsharp Mask, turn that on, and just through process of elimination, I've landed on intensity of 200 and a radius of 1.5. Now at this point it can jump back to looking a bit grainy, but that's not the final image. It's still got to render. Now for this particular image, the exposure and the color, I want to keep it quite close to what I saw on the day. So I'm not going to do any other corrections for this specific image. Now just export to disk. JPEG selected on the top left, make sure you click on that if it isn't already blue already. And then just choose a file destination. Most of the time I'll just send it to the same file as the raw file. And then click export. And just a little reminder, it went from this to this. I'm probably going to do this sort of a video maybe every couple of weeks or something to keep promoting the DxO, show you the improvements, anything new to talk about, and anything else I can pass on that might be helpful. First up, this common sandpiper at the Gadira Nature Reserve. This was the starting image, which required a big crop. This was after the crop with no fixes, and then run through DxO with a little bit of shadow recovery. Soon after this, a distant hoopoe flew by, so this is going to require a very big crop. And once I do crop it without any fixes, this is what it looks like. It's done a good job. I mean, from what information is left in the photos, that's pretty impressive. There are going to be lots of crops like on this pied flycatcher. There's a lot of shadow, the sun was behind it. So run it through DxO and improve the shadows a little bit. I don't like to go too crazy. That's a very subtle improvement in the shadows. Again, the same bird, it just flipped directions and I just ran it through the same conditions. Slight improvements in the shadow. Now this is the original frame of a barn swallow. It was an awful photo. It was flying really quickly. I snapped it off and you know what? I only included it just to see what DxO could do. And it was enough of an improvement that I could say I saw it and put it in a vlog, but I wouldn't keep it for any other reason. And here we have a distant black crowned night heron flying in. It requires a big crop yet again, and unfortunately that does create a little bit of a painted look. I mean, it's good enough for a vlog, but not a keeper by any means. Now with these bee eaters, we did have a bit more detail to play with because they came closer, but they were backlit, which made it very tricky. Sometimes that can work, but we were able to get something out of this, good enough for the vlog. Of all the photos I took, this one of the black cap probably needed the least amount of recovery. As you can see, I'm only going to slightly improve the shadows, but the sharpening and the lens correction makes it punch out a little bit. In the past, a photo like this, even though it is sharp, I would have just, deleted it, but gave it a chance and ran it through DxO. Perfectly acceptable photo. Definitely keeping that one. Very tricky lighting conditions with this wood warbler. If it was any other bird, I wouldn't have bothered keeping it, any kind of blue tit or sparrow. But because it was quite an unusual bird, a rare bird, we don't often see them in the UK, I was going to clean it up and keep it. And this is quite acceptable. A little bit better on this version, which has got the tree trunk behind it, which means there's less of that horrible backlight. And once I've run it through the DxO, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I can bring the colours out, recover some of the shadow. Now we've got a couple of house martins, rare to get them in flight, rarely see them in the UK nowadays, but even though it's a big crop, I will be keeping these. I've posted a couple of them on socials, and they will of course go into the Malta vlog, which I'm currently in the process of making, so I can tell people where I saw them, settings, how I did it, etc. So remember folks, my affiliate code StormCab gets you 15% off. I earn a small commission out of that. And you can download the program for a month. They don't even ask you your credit card details at the start. Seriously, get it for a month and use it. And then you try to go back after using it. You simply won't be able to. And 15% off is a big chunk of change.